Hey guys, welcome back. Frittatas are so easy, fast and customizable that you can enjoy this for breakfast, lunch or dinner. You can enjoy this cold, hot or even at room temperature. A classic frittata hovers between a quiche and an omelette and is ideally made in a cast iron skillet. With egg as a base, you can add about any cooked ingredient that you like into your frittata. But I am going to use green pepper, eggs, olives and cheese. So let's get cooking. Before we start making the frittata, it's very important that we have the right pan to make it. You need a heavy cast iron pan or a skillet. Now I have got a proper skillet here. If you do not have an iron skillet, you can always use a heavy bottom non-stick pan. Even that works extremely well. So I'm going to make with 2 eggs, so I'm using a small pan. Obviously if you have a large family and you want to make a large quantity of 6 eggs or 8 eggs, you need a larger pan for that. So I've got the pan here. Now before even I heat the pan or the oil, I'm going to pour the oil and lightly swirl the oil in the pan. Now this is all cold, it's not even heated up yet, but that's perfectly fine. And what I do next is I take slices of potatoes and just arrange the potatoes or fan them literally at the bottom. Now the reason to put them at the bottom here is because when you cook them onto a low heat, they tend to cook very evenly, and what you get is a very nice even golden kind of a crust. And when you remove them from the heat eventually, or when you turn them upside down, they look quite nice. So I've got these arranged. Put a few more slices in between. Yeah, that should be enough. Do one more. Once that is done, I then switch on the heat and sprinkle in a tiny quantity of salt to give it a little bit of kick. You can either use cracked pepper, but I'm going to use some chili flakes. A little drizzle of oil. I'm going to heat the potatoes and the oil onto a medium heat to start off, just to ensure that the pan gets hot. Now because this is a heavy bottom pan, it holds heat quite well, so you have to heat up the pan. Now once the pan is heated, then you lower the heat down and let the potatoes gently cook into the heat, and the oil will give it a very nice glaze and turn it crispy and golden. Just lightly press the potatoes down, and once the oil gets hot, you lower the heat down to your bare minimum and then lightly swirl the oil in the pan. On the edges, just put the oil. Now the pan has got a lot of heat in it, residual heat, and that will keep on cooking the potatoes till they become nice and golden. The next step is to add in any kind of vegetables or things you want to add. In this case I am using black olives, and a generous quantity of black olives goes on the potatoes, and chopped green peppers. You can add carrots, you can add beans if you want, you can add peas, you can add some cooked vegetables if you have, you can add florets of broccoli, cauliflower. The choice is totally yours. Just a generous quantity. I love to have lots of veggie in my omelets and eggs. If you have cooked meats, you can also add cooked meats, it works equally well. So the heat is lowered, and while that is cooking, I'm going to put some cheese on top. I just love cheese, and I love cheese which has got a good quantity of flavor or a strong flavor. So I use extra mature cheddar. So just a couple of slices of cheese, pressed on top gently. And at this stage, all I do is I take a lid, put it on top, and I leave that for approximately 3 to 4 minutes for the vegetables to get warm, the cheese to slightly melt, and at the same time the potatoes are cooking quite evenly. Now because there's a lid on, there's also steam created, and that helps the vegetables to cook. So that remains for 3 to 4 minutes. Let's have a look. There, you see, the cheese has melted off, the vegetable becomes slightly soft. Now for the eggs, I'm using just 2 whole eggs here. I think 2 is more than enough, but if you want 3, the choice is yours, but 2 should suffice. I've got 2 eggs, salt, dried oregano, and small quantity of smoked paprika, or you can also add red chili powder, it's fine. Lightly whisk. And all you do now is pour the eggs on top of the mixture. And in goes the lid. Lightly shuffle the pan. But that's going to be left for around, again, 4 to 5 minutes on a very low heat for the potatoes to cook through and for the egg to cook through. And when it is all done, the egg should actually leave the sides of the pan. I'm going to check the eggs now. And as you can see that they have begun to solidify from the edges. They also begin to loosen up, which is what I'm looking for. But the center is still slightly runny. It is still wet. So I'll probably give it around 2 or 3 more minutes for the eggs to be completely cooked. I'm going to check my eggs again. It's a very gentle sizzle sound, which is the oil cooking the potatoes. Now with a spatula, rub on the edges of the egg to loosen it. And you can see it has become loose. Now because the potatoes were at the base and they are cooking, when I turn it upside down, it should be nice and golden. But to make sure that the potatoes are cooked, I'm going to gently move the eggs in the pan to see if they're loose. Yes. Now if the eggs are loose and they move evenly or easily onto the pan, it means the bottom has cooked well. So switch off the heat. I'll get that a couple of minutes, and hopefully I'm going to flip it over and we get a very nice golden crispy potatoes on the top. You can have the eggs from the skillet itself. It's perfectly fine with some crusty bread or some toast or whatever kind of bread you want. I personally love to have my eggs with some mustard and some ketchup, and that's just me. You can have it with anything else. So either you have it from the skillet, or alternatively I'll teach you a trick of how to turn it over upside down. So take a plate which fits the size of the lid of your pan. So if you're using a non-stick pan or something else, get the same size which fits very easily. Put it on top, and do not forget to use your oven gloves or a cloth. And let's see, there it goes, upside down. And you have the eggs. Look at that, the lovely golden color. The potatoes have become crisp and nice. There's one naughty piece which got stuck on the pan, which I'm going to place it here. There you have it, our olive, green pepper, cheese and a potato frittata. Time to eat and enjoy. I'm going to cut a slice and show you the different depths of the frittata. It cuts quite easily, which means the egg is perfectly cooked. let's have a look. There you have nice steaming hot. You can see the centers, got lovely colors of the egg, of the peppers and the olive. Smell is excellent, color has come out extremely well. Very happy with the whole result. So here you have my egg frittata with black olive, peppers and potatoes. Make sure you try it at home, make it for your friends and family, and don't forget to tag me. So until next time, happy cooking.